Hi there, welcome to Floating in Books. Today's video is going to be a bit of a vlog, so let me kick things off and tell you a little bit more about what we're going to be doing. Welcome to everybody watching today. Thank you so very much for joining me. Today I'm doing a little bit of a vlog and I need to kick it off here because tomorrow I need to wake up super early to get to the station because I'm going to Paris for 2 days, which is why I thought I could take you along for the ride. So I'm going to be filming this on my phone, which means it's going to be different quality, I think. And I have a couple of really fun things that I'm going to be doing while I am in Paris. So let me tell you a little bit about the plans first, and then you're just going to see me leave and we're going to do all that. So first up, I would like to tell you a little bit more about this Paris trip that I've got going on. I'm going to be going to Paris for 2 days. I'm taking the train from Rotterdam to Paris. It's about a 2.5-hour train ride one way. And so I'm going to be catching the train already at 7 a.m. tomorrow. And I'm always super stressed when I need to catch a train or a plane when I'm traveling. So I was like, if I open the video a day in advance, I can just, take my time and tell you all about it. And then we can get actually to the vlog bit. So that's why I don't want to stress myself out. So I'm just going to go there for one night. So I'm really going to be packing very lightly. I just have one backpack that I'm going to be taking, a clean shirt, clean underwear, and a bit of makeup. And that's pretty much going to be it. I'm going to do Disney for a day. I'm going to go to Disneyland Paris, which is a place I haven't been to in about 15 years or so. So I haven't seen the Walt Disney Studios park that they have lying next door. So there's a lot that I actually haven't seen. And in case you don't know anything about me, then it may be good to know that I am a teacher in my day-to-day life, and one of the programs I used to teach at was teaching students how to be managers at theme parks. So that sort of situation kind of rubbed off on me and made me realize, whenever I'm in Paris, I should just try and see if I can book myself a trip to Disney. So that's what I'm going to be doing first. So one of the things that I will be doing is that I'm just going to take the train to Paris. I'll arrive at Gare du Nord around 9:30-ish, and then it should take about another 45 minutes to get to the Disney park. So I'm just going to go there by subway because the subway goes from the central Paris all the way directly to Disney. So that's what we're going to be doing. And then after a day of Disney, I just have a hotel somewhere in the city and I'm just going to stay there for a night. And then the next day, I'm going to go and visit a museum. I'm planning on going to Centre Pompidou in the morning. And then I want to, just do some shopping and have lunch for the afternoon. Then, and I think my train leaves at 7:30. So it's like a quick 2-day trip, but I thought I could take you along for the ride. So that's what I have in store for you. And I hope you really enjoy it. So let's go into this vlog. I've arrived in Paris and everything went pretty smoothly. I was already able to check into the hotel, which is lovely. I wasn't sure because the check-in time said like 2:30, but the room was already ready. So that means that I have already been able to get into the room, refresh a little bit, and now I'm heading into town. I'm going to get a ticket for the metro to head to Disney. So that's stop number 1. end of the day, I didn't do a lot of talking while I was in the parks. It was super busy. They were completely sold out, it said on all of the signs when I got in. So that's why I decided to just film some bits and bobs here, and I managed to do all of the things I wanted to do, which I thought was pretty neat. So I had an entire wish list of all the rides I wanted to go on, and that's exactly what I managed to do. So I was super happy with that. So I started the day by going to the Walt Disney Studio Park. That's a part of Disney that I've never ever been to, because the last time I visited the parks, it was only Disneyland and the studios hadn't opened yet. So there were a lot of rides I had to like try and figure out. So I first went to the Avengers campus that they have there. And there were 2 rides there that I wanted to do. So I did the Spider-Man ride and the Avengers one. And the Spider-Man one was really cool. The only problem was they've hired Tom Holland to do the narration for like the storyline of the ride, but they've dubbed him in French. Which, you know, typical Disney Paris, I have to say. But it's just a bit silly to me to take like the actor who plays Spider-Man in the current movies and then have him not sound like himself. I thought that was weird. It was really cool as well that in the Hollywood studio, or in the studios park, they had a lot of single rider lanes for a lot of the rides. So that was super helpful because I'm by myself, so I don't need to wait on anyone. So that definitely cut down waiting time. So after those 2, I went to Tower of Terror, which I had never done before. Not when I was in Orlando or this one either. So I'd never even done this like drop tower thing. So that was my first experience doing that kind of ride. So I was pretty chuffed with that. I thought it was one of the better ones I did today. And then I went to the Ratatouille one, and then I also did Crush Coaster. That was one of the longer waits. The Crush Coaster one, they did have a single rider lane, but it took a long time for them to have enough open spots to get everybody on. Oh well. It also didn't help that entire families joined a single rider lane as if they were not going to be split up, which was interesting. People didn't really get the concept, it seems. The Ratatouille ride was really fun as well, but hand in front of the camera. The Ratatouille ride was definitely fun as well, but I thought that one, you know, it's just, you know, the theming is cute, but I thought the actual experience wasn't super memorable. The Crush Coaster was really fun. I thought that was one of the better coasters, even though it's not like really, you know, doing like 360 loopings or anything like that, but it's still a good ride. So then I was done in Studios Park, had a quick cheeseburger, and then I went to Disneyland itself. So I went to Main Street, I got a cookie, took some pictures near the castle, and around this time it was like 4-ish, so I knew I wanted to do a couple of rides in Disneyland as well. So I first went to Frontierland and did Phantom Manor and Big Thunder Mountain. Big Thunder Mountain was another one where the wait time was pretty steep. It was like a 45 minute wait time, which, you know, as advertised, it was that time. With some of the other lines, it was a lot shorter than what was advertised in the app or on the waiting line, so that was good. Both I've seen before. I didn't remember Phantom Manor though, and it was a tip from a colleague to go see that. So that one I ticked off the list. So then they closed down the Indiana Jones ride. So instead I moved on to other parts of Adventureland, and I did the Pirates of the Caribbean ride, which the entire day had like a 30-minute wait time. And then when I showed up, it was only 5 minutes, and I literally could just like walk on through and get into one of the boats. It was great. So that was a good one as well. I really like the theming. I mean, it's a good one. And then because the Indiana Jones ride still hadn't opened yet, I went to the Peter Pan one instead, which was the longest wait time of the entire day. It was 50 minutes. It was a very boring waiting line as well, like no theming, just a couple of like zigzags outside. And I thought the ride itself was very disappointing as well. Again, not sure I've ever been on this one. The last time I went, it was like 15 years ago, so I really don't remember. And then by the time I got out of that one, Indiana Jones had reopened. So I did that. Indiana Jones and the Temple of Peril. And I remember riding that and it going backwards, but it was going like straight this time around. So that was not what I had expected. And then I had dinner at this like pasta pizza place that was really close to the Indiana Jones ride. Then I went to Snow White because the wait time for that had been like 40 minutes all day. And around dinner time, it started dropping to like 15 minutes. I was like, that's manageable. Again, one of the classics rides that they have, but nothing special. I mean, if you have small children, it's really cute. But I thought it was a bit like cringe, to be quite honest. And then I had to walk through the castle. The castle bit where you can like roam around was closed, so I couldn't do that. And then I went to Discoveryland and I did Space Mountain and Star Tours, which are two solid classics in Disneyland. And at that time I was really tired. I did a bit of shopping because I do have a small niece and nephew who love their Disney stuff, so I had to pick up something for them. And then I just had a metro ride back, and now I'm at the hotel, and I'm very, very tired. This face of makeup needs to be taken off. I'm already in my PJs, and I'm just going to crash straight away. I've got another day in Paris for you tomorrow, so definitely stay tuned, and then I'll show you what I'll be up to, and I'll share with you a little bit in the morning what I'll actually be doing. So here we go. Paris day number 2. Good morning to Paris day number 2. It's about 10 a.m. right now. I'm all geared up and ready to go start day number 2. I'm just going to grab some breakfast first, and then I'm going to go to Centre Pompidou, which is a modern art museum here in Paris that I tried visiting once, and then they were closed, which was a bit of a shame. So it opens at 11, so I want to be there when they open, and then I can just spend like a few hours there, then have lunch. Then I just want to go to Sephora, and then I need to catch a train to go back home around 7:30-ish. But I know from experience that usually the part of the train where my ticket is in is all the way at the front of the train. So I have about like 15-minute walk to get to the actual part of the train where I need to get on. So I know it's better if I'm there at like 6:45, 7 at the latest, so I can still grab some food to have on the train back home as well. So that's the plan for today. Really nice and easy. I'm not going to do as much walking as I did yesterday. 25,000 steps is what I did yesterday, so that's probably why I was so tired. So yeah, it's time to pack up my things and head into the city for day number 2. Let's go. Good morning. It's not even a day later. It's actually 2 days later because I'm filming this on Saturday and I got home on Thursday night, but I had a really terrible headache, and also yesterday I wasn't feeling the best. So today I'm feeling a bit more chipper, so I thought I could round out this little Paris vlog for you right here. So I didn't really recap the day number 2 at all, because I ended up just getting home around 10:30, and like I said, I had a headache. So It was dark. I was like, I'll film something another day. So I'm here right now to close off this vlog for you and recap day number 2. So on day number 2, I woke up, grabbed some breakfast from like a little bakery that was just down the street from my hotel. Then I took the subway to Centre Pompidou, which is the largest modern art collection, I think, in all of France, if I'm not mistaken. So I went to see that. I tried doing that last time and then it was closed. So it was really cool because you can actually go all the way up to the top where the exhibitions actually start. You don't need a ticket for this. So if you ever, like if it's rainy and you still want a nice view of Paris and you don't want to get wet, then that can be a nice one as well. Because you can see like the Eiffel Tower and Sacré-Cœur from there as well. So that was a lovely view. And if it's nice weather, they actually also have some like outdoor space that is open if you are already in the museum. So it was good. It was a lot though. It was it was a lot of artwork, and I think I spent a good 2.5 hours there. Like it took a lot longer than I had anticipated. Like usually like most museums, it's like an hour and a half, 2 hours just to have a bit of a walkthrough. But this was like, it was a lot. It was like a really like big floor that was just filled with modern art. So that has to be your cup of tea. If you don't like modern art, you're not gonna like this place. And then from there, I walked over to the subway again, went to the Tuileries, like the gardens near the Louvre station. And then I had lunch at Angelina's. That's the thing I tend to do when I'm in Paris. That sounds so terrible, but that's a place where a friend of mine took me years ago, and I like going there for lunch ever since. So, yeah, I like their food better than most other places. And since this is a place I know, I kind of go there, and it's just really pretty. So then I took the subway again, went shopping, but the Sephora I normally go to on Champs-Élysées was closed because it was being refurbished. So they had a much smaller shop open 2 doors down from where the original store was, which is like half the floor space. They did have most of the brands, but so much of it was ransacked and just empty. It was terrible. So there wasn't a lot that I wanted to get. So I didn't do a whole lot of shopping, which was a bit disappointing in the end because I was hoping to get like the Rare Beauty highlighter and like the Pat McGrath bronzer, and either things just weren't there or it wasn't in stock. So I picked up some REM bits instead to try, and a Tarte palette that I wanted to get. But you'll see that in a haul on my other channel in the next couple of weeks because I'll do a June haul and then I'll show you those bits. So I only got like 3 things. So I was feeling peckish by this time. It was around 4-ish, and so I went to Laduree, which was also being refurbished, but they did have this like patio seating outside. So I was able to have some tea there. I had an iced tea because it was quite warm, and a macaron and a pastry because I do prefer the pastries of Laduree over the ones from Angelina's. So that was pretty much it. Then I went to the station and took a train home. So that was Paris day number 2. It was just a lot of food really and a museum visit. So I hope you enjoyed being like tagging along on my little Paris trip. I really hope you enjoyed. And then I hope to see you again soon. If you like me doing these kind of vlogs, then just let me know because I could like film some other bits and bobs around as I'm going around town. I'm going to London in August, so I could take you along for the ride as well. So let me know if that's something you'd be interested in. For now, I'm going to be coming back with another book video with you next week. So hope to see you then. Bye-bye.